All right, so I already asked these two, what is your experience with the bud box and cattle total?
Zero experience with bud box.
Okay.
First time hearing about it here.
Okay, perfect. So I'm assuming that you guys that have had cattle experience but not done the bud box use a crowding tub to get them in the chute? Kind of? Okay, all right, perfect.
We'll go with that.
One of the big differences with the bud box and the crowding chute is you're going with the cattle's natural inclination to go back where they came from with the bud box. So we're gonna bring them in here and we'll shut this gate. They're gonna wanna roll back around, which is exactly what we want them to do, and then we have the gate to the lead up open and they'll just head right on in there. Where's my flag? So there is a certain area in here. You guys can step in here. There's a certain area in this bud box that is yours, and it goes from right here, and if you kind of draw a half circle around to here. The cattle are under no circumstances allowed to be in this area. You might leave this area, but for the most part, this is going to be where you're at. If they start coming through here and you let them through, they'll learn that they can come around instead of go through the gate, and it just causes a problem that's going to make things harder in the future. So what we're going to do is we'll bring up 5 is a great number, 4 is acceptable, 6 is okay with this bunch, but not tonight. Okay? So we'll go off of whatever numbers we can grab there. So if you grab your 5, you're going to let them come in. We'll shut that gate. You're going to open this one. Whenever you're working with a gate with a chain, the chain's going to come underneath that bar and over and through the hook. The reason behind that is instead of putting all the pressure just on these welds right here, you're dispersing that pressure through the whole gate. If with these little cows, it's not going to make that big of a difference, but if you have a big cow come back and hit that and break those welds, that's going to hurt when it comes back to hit you. The other thing is whenever you're working with that chain, I want you to have your foot on the gate. That way, same reason, if they come back and hit it before you have it latched, it's going to push you out of the way instead of give you a beautiful T-scar on your forehead. You're ever using this gate to send a cow forward, which sometimes you'll do, only do that if just their hind end is sticking out. And if you swing this gate, swing it hard. You're not going to hurt them. And expect that they're going to kick it back to you as fast as you bop them with it. So be ready for it to come back to you, okay? So the cattle are going to come in, shut that gate, open this one. I'm going to stand here and get a little flow. I'm not going to focus on the cattle that are back here. I'm going to focus on 1 or 2 up front. I'll step forward and get flow. As soon as they look at the hole, I'm going to step back. The rest of these will, generally speaking, follow in behind, and it's called flow, right? They're going to flow right in there. If that doesn't happen, then you step back to these cattle and ask for flow. When they go, you're going to step back. It's all a pressure and release. Do you work with horses?
Yeah.
Okay, so same thing, pressure and release, just like with the horses. Make the right thing easy and the wrong thing hard. With the cattle that we have coming through here, a lot of them are coming from all over the place and they're leaving. So training them isn't maybe our highest priority, whereas with you guys that have herds that are staying around, training is of the utmost importance, because once they figure out the right answer and have respect for you, you can pretty much ask them to do whatever you want and you're not going to have problems created for the rest of the time that they're there. Like I said, I'm going to hold my flag down low. I'm going to have this shoulder back a little bit because I want to open up that doorway for them to go past me. And then I'm going to step into the middle and drive them. Now, when you did sorting on the other side, no. I said no. These cattle are super sour at this point. When you did sorting on the other side, you would back up and keep facing your cattle, right? That's loud, sorry. When you're doing this here, you're always going to be focusing and facing the cattle that you want. Definitely pay attention behind you when you turn away so you don't get kicked in the behind as you're walking away, but you're going to turn and focus on the cattle that you're taking. This gate is really heavy. It does have that slam latch, so as long as you hit it hard enough, that'll lock for you. This is not safety for us, it's more of just making your life easier. If too many hit it at the same time without that locked, it will pop open and you just have to go get them again. So there in this corner, my flag is low. I'm focusing on these cattle in the front. I will step forward and back and ask. We need to give them enough life that they're going to get through that solid part so that if anybody's up there, they continue to flow. Now, did you see how they all just filed in? It's exactly what you want it to look like. You're gonna grab this gate. Remember, like I said, put your foot on the gate. The chain goes under, up, over, and through the hook. And that's all there is to it.